Let me hit you with the truth. Your dreams are dying every single time you hit snooze. Every time you say, I'll do it later. Every time you choose comfort over progress. Laziness isn't just wasting your time, it's robbing you of the life you were meant to live. And if you don't kill it now, it will kill your potential, your goals, and your future. But here's the good news. Laziness is not who you are, it's just a habit. And just like any habit, it can be destroyed. So today I'm going to give you 6 battle-tested, unstoppable strategies to break free, take massive action, and turn your energy into a weapon for success. No more excuses, no more waiting. Your time is now. Let's go. If you want to change your life, the first thing you have to do is get ruthlessly honest with yourself. Not just surface-level honesty where you admit, yeah, I could do better, but deep, raw honesty, where you strip away every excuse, every justification, and every story you've been telling yourself about why you're not where you want to be. Most people lie to themselves every single day without even realizing it. They say they want success, but their actions tell a different story. They want to be in shape, but they skip workouts. They want to build wealth, but they waste money on things that don't matter. They want better relationships, but they don't put in the effort to improve themselves. If you're not where you want to be, there's only one person responsible. You. And until you face that truth head on, you will stay stuck. Getting ruthlessly honest means calling yourself out on your own BS. It means looking in the mirror and asking the tough questions. Am I really putting in the effort? Am I really giving it my all? Am I disciplined, or am I just making excuses? The truth might sting, but it's the only way forward. Because if you keep lying to yourself, you'll keep playing small, and playing small is the fastest way to a life of regret. One of the biggest lies people tell themselves is that they don't have time. You hear it all the time. I'd work out, but I'm too busy. I'd start that business, but I just don't have the time. I'd read more, learn more, improve myself, but I have too much going on. That's a lie. The real truth is you're choosing other things over your goals. You have time, you're just spending it on distractions, comfort, and temporary pleasures instead of investing it in your future. Look at your screen time. Look at how many hours you waste scrolling, binge watching, or doing things that add zero value to your life. If you were truly honest with yourself, you'd realize that time was never the issue, your priorities were. Another common lie is, I'll start tomorrow. No, you won't. Tomorrow turns into next week, next month, next year, and before you know it, your dreams have collected dust. The most successful people in the world don't wait until they feel ready. They take action now because they understand that readiness is a myth. You won't magically wake up one day feeling 100% motivated and prepared. That moment you're waiting for, it's not coming. The only thing you have is today, and if you don't use it, you'll lose it. People also tell themselves the lie that they tried everything and nothing worked. That's just another way of saying you gave up too soon. If you haven't achieved your goals, you haven't tried everything. You tried a few things, faced resistance, and stopped. But success isn't about trying, it's about committing. When you're honest with yourself, you admit that you didn't push as hard as you could have. You didn't stay consistent. You let distractions win. And once you acknowledge that, you reclaim your power. Because now you can do something about it. Ruthless honesty isn't about beating yourself up. It's about waking yourself up. It's about looking at where you are, accepting full responsibility, and making the decision to change. The moment you do this, you unlock a new level of power. Because now you're not a victim of your circumstances. You're the one in control. So stop lying to yourself. Stop sugarcoating the truth, face reality, own your mistakes, and make a real decision to change. That's the first step to transforming your life. Because once you stop making excuses, nothing can stop you. Your breakthrough starts the moment you get ruthlessly honest with yourself. How you start your morning determines how you live your life. If you wake up feeling sluggish, hitting snooze, and dragging yourself through the first hour of your day, you're already playing catch up. But if you take control of your mornings, if you wake up with purpose, energy, and intention, you build unstoppable momentum that carries through everything you do. Most people don't realize this, but your morning is your foundation. It sets the tone for how you think, how you feel, and how much you accomplish. If your mornings are weak, your days will be weak. If your mornings are strong, your days will be powerful. The difference between successful people and everyone else isn't luck, it's discipline. And one of the biggest disciplines they've mastered is their morning routine. The first thing you need to do is wake up with intention. No more rolling over and scrolling your phone for 30 minutes before you even get out of bed. No more hitting snooze 5 times because you don't feel like getting up. The moment you wake up, you take action. You sit up, get out of bed, and start moving. Because if you don't control that first decision of the day, your entire day will be controlled by distractions, laziness, and procrastination. Once you're up, the next thing you do is move your body. Your body and mind are deeply connected, and if you want to feel energized, you have to activate your physiology. That means stretching, working out, or even just doing a few jumping jacks to wake yourself up. If you don't move your body, your energy stays low, and low energy leads to low productivity, low motivation, and a low quality life. But when you move, you generate momentum. You send a message to your brain that says, we're awake, we're ready, let's go. After you move, you need to feed your mind. Most people start their day reacting, checking emails, scrolling social media, consuming negativity. But the successful start their day by fueling their mind with something positive and powerful. That could be reading a book, listening to an inspiring podcast, or even journaling your thoughts and goals. Your mind is like a sponge. Whatever you pour into it first thing in the morning will shape your thoughts for the rest of the day. If you start with distractions, you'll stay distracted. If you start with growth, you'll stay focused on progress. Now that you've moved your body and fed your mind, it's time to set your intentions for the day. You don't just see what happens or hope for the best. You decide what you're going to accomplish. You make a plan. You write down your goals and commit to winning the day before it even starts. Most people wake up and drift through their day without a clear direction, but not you. You take control, you set targets, you prioritize what matters, and you create a game plan for success. The final key to mastering your mornings is eliminating distractions and bad habits that sabotage your progress. If you stay up late watching Netflix, eating junk food, or mindlessly scrolling your phone, you're setting yourself up for failure before the day even begins. Success starts the night before. You have to create an evening routine that supports an early, energized start to your day. That means getting enough sleep, cutting off screen time before bed, and setting yourself up for success before the sun even rises. Mastering your mornings isn't just about having a good routine, it's about building the foundation for a successful life. When you take control of your mornings, you take control of your mind, your energy, and your future. So stop wasting your mornings, wake up with purpose, move your body, feed your mind, set your intentions, and watch how fast your life transforms. Your morning is your power. If you want to achieve something great, you have to stop giving yourself a way out. Too many people fail not because they lack talent, intelligence, or resources, but because they keep one foot in and one foot out. They give themselves backup plans, safety nets, and excuses to fall back on. That mindset is a killer of dreams. If you're serious about success, you have to create urgency. You have to burn the boats. The phrase burn the boats comes from a powerful historical lesson. When an army landed on enemy shores, the commander would order the boats to be burned. Why? Because it eliminated any possibility of retreat. The only option was to fight and win. That's the level of commitment you need to bring to your goals. You can't leave yourself an easy way back to your old habits, your old lifestyle, or your old excuses. You have to decide that success is the only option. The biggest reason people stay stuck is because they don't feel enough urgency to take massive action. They tell themselves, I have time. They say, I'll start tomorrow or I'll do it when I'm ready. But there is no perfect moment. There is only now. If you keep acting like you have all the time in the world, you will never push yourself to the next level. The most successful people in the world act like they're running out of time. Because they are. You are. Every second that passes is a second you'll never get back. When you burn the boats, you eliminate all excuses. You stop telling yourself, if it doesn't work, I'll try something else. No, it will work because you're going to make it work. You commit to your goals as if your life depends on it. Because in many ways, it does. The life you want, the future you dream about, the impact you want to make, it all depends on whether or not you can go all in. One of the most powerful ways to create urgency is to put real stakes behind your goals. If you have a dream, but no deadline, it's just a wish. But when you put a hard deadline on something and commit to it, you force yourself to take action. You don't wait until you feel like it. You do it because you must. You also have to put yourself in situations where failure is not an option. Announce your goals publicly. Invest in them financially. Put yourself in an environment where the only way forward is through relentless action. Another way to burn the boats is to eliminate distractions and safety nets that hold you back. If you're stuck in a job that you hate but keep telling yourself, it's fine, I'll work on my passion later, then later will never come. If you're in a toxic environment but refuse to cut ties, you'll stay stuck. You have to remove the option of staying the same. When you take away the easy way out, you force yourself to rise to the occasion. The truth is, most people don't achieve success because they don't make it a must. They make it a nice to have instead of a life or death mission. But when you commit with everything you've got, when you burn the boats and leave yourself no choice but to succeed, something powerful happens. You unlock a level of focus, intensity, and resilience that most people never tap into. So stop waiting, stop hesitating, stop keeping a backup plan for failure. Set a deadline, go all in, and make success your only option, because when you burn the boats, you ignite the fire within you that refuses to be stopped. If you truly want to achieve something great, you must eliminate all escape routes. Most people fail not because they lack skill, intelligence, or opportunity, but because they keep giving themselves an option to quit. They leave a door open for retreat, a backup plan, a safety net, just in case things don't work out. But true commitment doesn't work that way. If you want to succeed at the highest level, you have to create urgency. You have to burn the boats. The phrase burn the boats comes from a legendary military strategy. When a commander led his soldiers into battle, he would order their ships to be burned upon arrival. The message was clear: there is no turning back. Victory is the only option. With no way to retreat, the soldiers fought with unmatched intensity, and because of that, they won. That is the kind of urgency and commitment you need if you're serious about transforming your life. One of the biggest reasons people never reach their goals is because they convince themselves they have time. They say, I'll start tomorrow, or I'll do it when the time is right, but the perfect time doesn't exist. The only time you have is now. When you trick yourself into thinking you have time, you don't push yourself to take massive action. You procrastinate, make excuses, and stay stuck in the same place. But when you create urgency, when you act like there's no second chance, you operate at a completely different level. Burning the boats means eliminating every excuse that allows you to settle. It means refusing to give yourself an easy way out. If you say you're going to start a business, then commit to it fully. Don't treat it like a side hobby. If you want to get in shape, throw out the junk food, set a workout schedule, and make it non-negotiable. If you want to change your life, stop leaving the door open to your old habits. When there's no way back, you'll force yourself to move forward. One of the most effective ways to create urgency is to set high stakes. When something truly matters, you don't wait, you don't hesitate, you take action. If you had to make a life or a decision, you wouldn't put it off until next week. You do it immediately. That's the level of urgency you need to bring to your goals. Make your success a must, not a maybe. Set real deadlines. Put yourself in situations where failure is not an option. Make a public commitment, invest money, or create consequences that force you to follow through. When you raise the stakes, you raise your performance. Another way to burn the boats is to cut ties with what holds you back. If you keep surrounding yourself with negativity, distractions, and habits that don't serve you, you'll always have one foot in the past. You can't step into your future while still clinging to your old ways. If you're serious about change, remove every crutch that allows you to stay comfortable. Comfort is the enemy of progress. When you take away the option to stay the same, you push yourself into the version of you that is capable of winning. Most people never succeed because they keep their options open. They want to win, but they don't fully commit. They want to change, but they're not willing to let go of what's holding them back. But the truth is, real success requires total commitment. You can't be half in. You can't just dip your toe in the water and hope for the best. You have to go all in. You have to decide that failure is not an option. And when you do that, when you remove all possible exits, you'll unlock a level of drive and determination that will make you unstoppable. So stop hesitating. Stop waiting for the right time. Stop giving yourself a backup plan. Burn the boats. Create urgency and go after your dreams like your life depends on it. Because in many ways it does. Your brain is wired to seek pleasure and avoid pain. This simple truth controls almost everything you do. If something feels good, you want more of it. If something feels painful, you avoid it. But here's the problem. Most people attach pleasure to the wrong things and pain to the right things. They link pleasure to comfort, to laziness, to procrastination, and they link pain to discipline, to hard work, to taking action. This is why they stay stuck. If you want to change your life, you have to reprogram your mind. You have to attach pain to laziness and pleasure to action. Right now, you might feel good when you sit on the couch all day, scrolling your phone, binge watching shows, or eating junk food. It's comfortable, it's easy, and your brain rewards you with dopamine. But deep down, you know that the longer you stay lazy, the worse you feel. You start feeling guilty, frustrated, and disappointed in yourself. The problem is, you don't feel that pain immediately. The pain of laziness creeps in slowly. It shows up in regret, in missed opportunities, in feeling stuck. On the other hand, taking action, hitting the gym, working on your goals, doing what you know you should do, can feel painful in the moment. It requires effort. It requires pushing past resistance. Your brain resists it because it's not immediately comfortable. But what happens when you actually do it? You feel amazing. You feel powerful, accomplished, and in control of your life. The pain of action is temporary, but the reward is long-lasting. The key to changing your habits and becoming the person you want to be is to flip the way you see pain and pleasure. You need to make laziness so painful in your mind that you can't stand the thought of wasting another day. Imagine where your life will be if you keep making excuses. Imagine waking up 5 years from now in the exact same place, full of regret. Imagine looking back and realizing you had the time, the opportunity, and the ability, but you threw it away. If that thought doesn't make you uncomfortable, you're not thinking big enough. You have to make laziness feel like the enemy. At the same time, you need to make action so rewarding that it becomes something you crave. Focus on how good it feels to take control of your life. Celebrate the rush of energy after a workout, the pride of staying consistent, the confidence that comes from keeping your promises to yourself. When you start associating action with power, freedom, and success, you won't have to force yourself to do it. You'll want to do it. One of the best ways to make this shift is to use immediate reinforcement. Your brain loves instant feedback. If you work out, don't just move on. Acknowledge how strong and energized you feel. If you push through resistance and take action, take a moment to recognize how much progress you've made. The more you reward action in the moment, the more your brain will crave it. You also need to make laziness uncomfortable right now, not just in the future. The moment you start wasting time, call yourself out, stand up, move, shift your energy. If you catch yourself procrastinating, immediately ask, is this getting me closer to my goals? If the answer is no, change your focus. You can even create small consequences for laziness, like setting a rule that if you skip your morning routine, you have to donate money to a cause you don't support. At the end of the day, your mind is a tool, and you can program it however you want. The people who achieve massive success aren't naturally motivated. They've trained themselves to associate massive pain with wasting time and massive pleasure with taking action. You can do the same. Make laziness unbearable. Make action addicting. And watch how fast your life transforms. Discipline is not just something you do, it's something you become. Most people think of discipline as a task, a burden, or a temporary strategy to achieve a goal. They try to be disciplined for a few weeks, then fall back into old habits. That's because they're treating discipline like an action rather than an identity. If you want to achieve lasting success, discipline has to be who you are, not just something you practice when it's convenient. Think about the people who are in peak physical shape, the high achievers who dominate their industries, the individuals who seem unstoppable in everything they do. They don't rely on motivation. They don't wake up every morning wondering if they feel like showing up. They just do it. Why? Because it's part of who they are. They don't see themselves as someone who occasionally works hard. They see themselves as disciplined individuals. That identity drives every decision they make. If you want to make discipline effortless, you have to shift your mindset. Instead of saying, I'm trying to be more disciplined, say, I am a disciplined person. Instead of thinking, I need to start working out, tell yourself, I am the kind of person who never misses a workout. Your identity shapes your actions. When you believe discipline is a core part of who you are, your brain will work to align your behavior with that identity. The mistake most people make is relying on willpower. They think they need to wake up every day and fight through resistance to stay disciplined. But willpower is limited. Some days you'll feel strong and other days you won't. That's why you need to build systems and routines that reinforce your identity. If you see yourself as disciplined, you'll automatically create habits that align with that belief. You won't have to convince yourself to take action. It will become second nature. One of the fastest ways to build a disciplined identity is to stack small wins. Every time you follow through on a commitment, you reinforce the belief that you are disciplined. If you say you're going to wake up at 5 a.m. and you do it, that's a win. If you say you'll work out and you follow through, that's another win. These wins build momentum, and momentum builds identity. The more you prove to yourself that you are disciplined, the easier it becomes to act in alignment with that belief. But here's the catch. Your identity is built through consistency, not intensity. Anyone can be disciplined for a day. Anyone can push hard for a short period. But real discipline is about showing up every single day, no matter what. Even when you're tired, even when you don't feel like it, even when no one is watching. Discipline is doing what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. The moment you start making excuses, you weaken your identity. But when you stay consistent, you strengthen it. To truly make discipline your identity, you also have to change the way you talk to yourself. If you keep saying, I'm lazy, I'm not a morning person, or I always procrastinate, you're reinforcing the wrong identity. You have to rewrite your internal story. Start saying, I am someone who gets things done. I am a person who thrives under structure. I always keep my commitments. Your words create your reality. Speak discipline into existence. At the end of the day, the goal is not to force yourself to be disciplined. It's to become the kind of person who naturally operates with discipline. Once you see yourself as that person, everything else falls into place. You won't have to struggle to do the right things. You'll do them because it's simply who you are. And when discipline is your identity, success is inevitable.